Hey everyone, I'm your host Cadence, and welcome back to another episode of Project Honesty, a podcast designed for young adults by a young adult to gain brutally honest, friend-like advice, as well as provide a platform for young adults to form opinions, color outside of the lines, take deep dives into current events, and most importantly, have fun. This is Project Honesty, navigating reality with real conversations and diverse opinions. If you haven't already, go check out I won't say last week's episode, but the last episode that I posted called My Election Reflection, a personal take on the 2024 US presidential results. In this episode, unlike all episodes created here at Project Honesty, I had no notes. Typically, I sit down once a week and have a page of notes that help me enhance viewer experience as well as facts that provide excellent insight into each topic I discuss. Today is different. No notes were needed. This episode is my pure and honest thoughts and reactions to the results from the 2024 presidential election in the US. That is available on Spotify and YouTube. I'm very glad to be back. I had to take a week off because I opened a show. It is closed now. But as most of you know, and if you don't know, I'm an actor. I love acting. And for the last 3 months, I've been working on a show. It's a very funny show called Wedgie. Just closed that. And so I kind of wanted like a day off or a week off. So I didn't post last week, but that's okay. Today's topic, because I'm still kind of tired and kind of getting back into the groove of things, it's very chill, very casual, and we're going to be going through some Am I the Asshole Reddit threads. Now, this has been recommended for me to do by friends, by people that just know what Am I the Asshole is, and I also think it's very funny, like, for me to do that because, I don't know, sometimes I insert my opinion into things, and I think this is the perfect opportunity to do Am I the Asshole Reddit threads on here. If you don't know what that is, it's basically people posting on the app Reddit about a situation that they are involved in, and they let the internet stake a decision into whether they are an asshole or not. So I think I have 6 on here that we're going to do today, and another one of these episodes will be coming up soon. So if you like this, don't worry, you're getting more of this kind of content. Okay, the first one. Am I the asshole for yelling at my partner because I paid them to take care of my cat and house and instead they made a mess? I paid my partner to look after my cat and take care of my place while I was away for Thanksgiving. I would have paid a cat sitter, but they needed the money, so I figured I would let them stay at mine and pay them instead. I left my place pretty clean. When I came home, everything was all just fucked up. Clothes were thrown everywhere, cables from my work desk unplugged and moved, furniture moved, bed not made, bathroom looking nasty, not exactly, quote, looking after the place, more like just living in the place and not cleaning up after yourself. But what pissed me off the most? The cat litter wasn't scooped at all. My cat had just been peeing and shitting on top of old waste for what looked like the entire 5 days. Initially, I tried to hold it together and not make a scene because my roommate was home and I didn't want to cause a scene, but I just couldn't hold it together anymore. I yelled at her and I told her that it's just downright disrespectful and shitty to do to me and to the cat. Sorry. I feel like the asshole because she started crying, but I feel like I have a right to be upset. Maybe just the way I delivered it and didn't hold it together was the asshole move. I don't know. I'm pissed off. Okay, so this one's worded really funny. But like thinking about it, if you're paying someone to live in your house and take care of a cat, which, okay, I have 2 cats. Not that hard. And I've also house sit for people and cat sit for people. It's not that hard to scoop litter, okay? It's not hard. It's like very, very easy. And the fact that they couldn't even do that, like even if the place is a mess, you gotta change the cat litter. Because also, if you don't have cats, you wouldn't know that their piss stinks. So if you don't clean the litter, your house is gonna smell like cat piss, and cat piss is not the smell that you're gonna want in that house, because man, is it disgusting. I mean, I understand why you would want to hold it together, because it's like you're in front of your roommate and like she's one of your friends or your partner or whatever. But like I would lose my shit too. Like especially if you're an adult and you can't like take care of the space that you're in, is ridiculous. Like what? It just makes no sense. So I feel like you definitely have a right to be pissed off. If your delivery was a little bit off, the human reaction is unpredictable sometimes. And also, if your roommate was more than well aware, or your partner was more than well aware that they were destroying the place and not doing the basic tasks that you are actually paying them money for, then they should know that they're going to get a reaction like this, because it's a very basic task that they couldn't fulfill. So I don't think that you're the asshole. Okay, the next one. Am I the asshole for drama over pink wedding dress? These are also just real people, so some of it's worded not the best. Me, 26 female, and my fiance, 26 male, are getting married this coming May. Last week, me and my parents were discussing plans for the wedding. For the longest time, since teens perhaps, I have had my heart set on a pink wedding gown. That color makes me feel the prettiest and, I believe, suits me more than white. My mom has known about this interest, but always thought it was just one of those fantasies which would go away once I grew up and actually decided to get married. Well, here we are. When I brought up the pink wedding dress again during our discussion, my mom and I got into a serious argument about it. She said that it would be childish and embarrassing of me to get married in a gown that color. She doesn't want me to regret it in the future looking back at my photos. I argued that there was nothing embarrassing about wearing a color I like on my special day. And even James, don't know who James is, didn't mind what color of the dress I wore. I also said that regret could go either way, and I could end up regretting not wearing a pink dress in the future. So I'd rather go with the decision that makes me happy right now. Although my dad hasn't been as vocally against the pink dress, he is starting to side with my mom, seeing how upset she is getting over this. Over the whole week, there has been no end in sight to this argument, with my mom bringing up multiple times how they won't pay their half for the wedding dress if I go with pink. The initial agreement was to split the bill 50-50. My brother, 30 male, thinks the whole argument over this color is ridiculous and told my mom that he'd be happy to split the bill with me instead. And they might end up being the ones regretting this whole drama more than me regretting the color in the future. I honestly feel so torn over this. I'm not sure anymore if I want the pink dress that badly, just because I feel hurt. I feel hurt the way my parents reacted to it and made such a big deal out of it. On the other hand, this is what I've always wanted to do, but I feel this small of a decision is causing a huge drama for no reason. Am I the asshole? Okay, so I'm one of those people that loves like Say Yes to the Dress. Oh my god, I watch those things all the time. Now, there's a lot of problems that come into it when it's like your parents are paying for half of it. But in my mind, like if you want to see your kid happy and it's on arguably one of the biggest days of their lives, like I think that decision of what to wear is like not the parents' decision. They could have influence on it, sure. Of course, especially if that's an investment that they're making, of course they get a little bit of say. But at the end of the day, it's like, it's your wedding, it's your life. And honestly, out of spite, I would just get the pink dress anyways and not tell her until she had to pay for it. Like, I think it's your decision. It's not your mom's decision. Luckily, she already got married. And, well, if she wanted to wear a white dress, then I guess she wore a white dress. But this is not her deal, like, at all. And your brother is a very nice person for thinking that this color is ridiculous. I could see one of my brothers doing that. But I think she's right in the way where she says, like, they might be the ones ending up regretting this. Like, because if you think about it, like, this mom's so, like, you think about your daughter getting married for a lot of your life, and then when they get married it's like, whoa. And so she might just be like in her head a little bit. And I think, yeah, she might come to regret this in the future, arguing with you and your happiness over just a dress. Because at the end of the day, it's just fabric. It's nothing more than just fabric. So I think, do what you want. You're a grown-ass woman. Make that decision yourself, okay? And especially if your brother's willing to help, do whatever the hell you want, okay? That is your decision. You are a grown-ass woman, and if you want to wear a pink wedding dress because that's your favorite color, then gosh darn it, you should wear a pink wedding dress. That is my opinion. Okay. Am I the asshole for not waking my boyfriend up in the morning? Me, 20, and my boyfriend, 23, have the same job, but today I had the day off and he didn't. Usually I'm the one getting us up in the morning when we are working, but since I had the day off, I stayed up really late and I didn't get up, and he was late. This also happened the other day too. Well, he ended up putting it on me, saying I'm inconsiderate for not going to sleep early and making sure he was up since I was always up to get us up. And he always makes sure that I'm up whenever he's off. Which he does sometimes, and I appreciate a lot, but it's definitely not all the time. And when he doesn't, I truly couldn't care less, because at the end of the day, I feel like that's my responsibility and mine only. Am I the asshole? Oh my god. Okay, first of all, drama queen. Your boyfriend, how old is he? He's 23. Your 23-year-old boyfriend can set his own fucking alarm to get up for his fucking job in the morning. He does not need you to get him up. I think this also just might be a communication issue between you two, because if he's doing it for you and you're not doing it for him, well, he thinks it's unfair and you think this is stupid. So I think the simplest solution, have an honest conversation. If you want to stay up late and sleep in because you have a day off and you probably deserve it, then maybe tell him, set an alarm, big boy, you can do it. And vice versa. Like, he also, think that getting up early on his day off to wake you up is like a sign that he cares, but also you can set an alarm for yourself too. I mean, I'm petty, so I'd probably just do that, so then when he wakes up early, he hears my alarm, but that's just me. But yeah, he's a grown-ass man. He can set his own alarm. I promise you that alarm clock app on your phone does in fact work. Yeah. I think if he's pulling like a little fucking hissy fit over it, I would be pissed off if that was my boyfriend, because I'd be like, what? And especially he's 23 years old. If you're working a full-time job and you can't even get yourself up in the morning, what are you doing? Yeah, it's not inconsiderate, because you're taking care of yourself too. You're allowed to consider yourself sometimes. And so I think this just requires basic communication. I mean, I don't get it, but like, whatever. But yeah, set your own alarm, man. Okay, you are 23. You can set an alarm and let your girlfriend sleep in. Okay. Am I the asshole for being rude to my dad for trying to be too involved in my life? Now, I picked this one because it's yeah, I don't know. This is tea right here. I, 17 female, have a very good relationship with my parents. I don't have many friends, so when they are busy, which they almost always are unless I make plans a good 2 weeks in advance, I go out with my parents. Sundays, I always go out with them, and most Saturdays too. That basically sums up our relationship. So, a girl who's very close to her parents. One thing though, I am very introverted. I get told I'm pretty, but I don't speak to any guys, so in turn, I've never been on a date or had a boyfriend, as it is far too intimidating. This shyness goes with my parents too. My brother, 19 male, has always been open with the girlfriends he has had, bringing them home often so they spend the evening at our house eating dinner all together. However, if a guy likes me, I never as much think of wanting to tell my parents. My dad recently has kept on bringing up the discussion on when I'm going to be in a relationship. Not in a rude way, in a normal way, I guess. I've expressed to him I don't like talking about that kind of stuff, as it is not something I want to be sharing with my parents. It got brought up again today, and I told him in a quite rude tone, I admit, to stop trying to be so involved in my relationships, and it's almost like you're waiting for me to jump into a relationship. Do you not have anything better to do to talk to me about? It's like you only see me as someone who is single instead of someone who has many other attributes. My dad got mad at me, telling me that I don't like my parents and I don't want either my mom or my dad involved in my life, and that they're very relaxed parents and I should be grateful. I tried to explain to him what I meant, but he didn't listen. Now he won't talk to me. Was I too harsh with him? Am I the asshole? Okay, so like I think being like, this is great because it's coming from the perspective of I'm almost 17. I wouldn't say I'm almost, oh, that's scary. No, I'm a 16-year-old girl. Okay, we're in the same realm. We're in the same world here. Like literally, I feel like I've not even told my parents about any relationships I've ever tried to pursue, but that's just because I'm a person who just chooses not to pursue them, kind of like this girl, and not because I'm introverted, just because I am busy, but. And my standards are too high for anybody in the world of high school. So that's not something I encounter very often. But I feel like every time I've remotely tried like talking to my mom about stuff like this, I've also kind of hated it. Like, I don't like bringing up stuff about relationship things like to my parents. It kind of feels awkward, and I don't know if that says something about me and my mom's relationship or whatever, but like it's just not something I feel like my mom cares to hear because I am 16. I can manage that myself. I think, you're coming by it honestly by the fact that you had a rude tone. And I think that's very mature of a 17-year-old girl, because I do that too. Sometimes I'll say something and be like, "Ooh, shit, I fucked up. That was rude." And so as long as you're coming by that honestly, and I think this really just shows how angry it got you that they were trying to like pry into that part of your life that you don't even necessarily want to be involved in either. And I like what you said last. It's like you only see me as someone who is single instead of someone who has so many other attributes. That is what like I sit in that position sometimes where I'm like, well, I don't need to be in a relationship because I like do this, and this. And so I could see why you're like, I sit in that position a lot where I don't like people seeing me as just being single instead of seeing me as like a person. That's kind of hard to deal with. I understand that. Yeah, I think there's both like right and wrong to this. I think your dad honestly is just trying to care, and like I feel like if you have a more introverted kid, it's harder to kind of know about their life, but at the same time, like, you guys were very close, like you spend the weekends with your parents, like there's clearly a very deep connection between you and your parents. So I think this is, first of all, you just being a hormonal teenage girl, which is understandable. But also I think your dad's reaction is regulated, considering the fact that you responded in a way that wasn't the nicest. And I think if you haven't already, admit the fact that you were being rude, because that tends to open that door to more communication. Your dad's also being a little bit sassy for an adult man. But I think the question of were you too harsh? Yeah, you were a little harsh, but would I call you an asshole for it? No. I think you had a reaction that is hard for you to control as a 17-year-old girl. That's me. Okay, and the last one. Am I the asshole for telling my mother-in-law to leave my home? Oh wait, this isn't the last one. Just kidding. Okay, wait. I, 47 female, a couple days ago decided to invite my mother-in-law, 78 female, to my house because she hasn't seen my kids in a very long time. She was thrilled and said that she would come with a few gifts, and I told her that was fine. My kids are in their early teens. One is 14 female and the other is 13 female. And what she brought them was absolutely terrible, humiliating even. Once she got to my house, everything was fine. It was fun, actually. We were talking about the kids and other stuff, but then it was time for the gifts. She said for my 14-year-old to open her gift first. She had brought her a shaver and a condom. I was absolutely disgusted, but my mother-in-law said it's the perfect gift and that she's gonna need it. Then my 13-year-old daughter opened hers and she got her the exact same thing. I told her that I was absolutely disgusted with her behavior and that she needed to leave my home. She flipped out and started acting like a lunatic. My kids were left in tears. She told the kids to, quote, toughen up, and it's not that serious. I started screaming that that was not okay and that she's a psychopath for bringing these, quote, gifts, and she said that she was just trying to do something nice and started crying. I told her that there's no reason to cry and shoved her out the door. My husband said that I had overreacted and that our kids should be ready for the future. So, am I the asshole? Oh, there's 2 edits to this, by the way. So, first edit is sadly no. This is not a fake scenario, but I wish it was. Secondly, a lot of you have been saying that she needs to be checked by a doctor. I don't know if she's known for doing these things or if it just started because I don't have the best relationship with her. Also, my kids have already had the talk, for your information. And edit 2 is, for your clarification, she was not being funny. She was talking in a serious tone. Also, me and my husband have been talking, and he said that she was like that towards his sister, but not him. Should we get her checked out for dementia? Oh my god. Okay. If my mother-in-law brought my 13 and 14-year-old daughter condoms, she's getting hit across the face, respectfully, because that's fucked up. 13 and 14-year-old girls do not need condoms, okay? That's and I really hope they don't. That's actually where I'm going with this. I really hope they don't, because that's fucking weird. And also, okay, the little feminist side of me is gonna come out. Getting girls a shaver at that young age is just perpetuating the societal idea that women shouldn't have body hair, which I fucking hate because first of all, I hate shaving. I do it because I don't know, society got me with that one. But yeah, I think that's a thing that's like between the mom and the daughter, not like grandma and daughter. Yeah, that's not. No, like my grandma didn't freaking teach me how to shave first. Like that would be weird. I think getting her checked out for dementia is not the worst idea. In my opinion, you are not the asshole. I think your mother-in-law is a crazy bitch, but that's just me. Yeah, get that woman checked out, like, soon. Okay, and the last one. Am I the asshole for refusing to talk to my husband's ex-wife's wife? This is a fun one, okay? This is also a really long one. I, 38 female, am married to my husband, 50 male, who shares custody of his 2 kids, 16 female and 12 male, with his ex-wife, 48 female. His ex is remarried to her wife, 48 female, who has become extremely involved in the co-parenting dynamic. Oh, also this perspective is from someone with divorced parents, just letting you know. Because my parents are divorced. They have been divorced for 8 years when my husband's ex-wife left him for her current wife. Okay. We turned her into a lesbian. I wonder what kind of guy he is. I'm just saying. I met my husband almost 6 years ago. We married earlier this year. From the beginning, I've tried to be polite and respectful when interacting with his ex-wife and her wife, but over time, I've grown to avoid any direct contact with them, especially his ex-wife's wife. Every time I do engage, she finds a way to talk down to me or make passive-aggressive comments both to my face and indirectly through the kids. For example, she'll say things like, quote, "I'm surprised you're here. With you, it's always hit or miss," or "We're too old for what you do." She's also made snide remarks about how I am not good with the kids. Quote, "You can always ask me questions as I know how to parent them." Ooh, that would make me mad. The kids have really picked up on it too. They've mentioned things like, quote, stepmom says you don't really know how kids because you don't have any. Or, quote, stepmom and mom said you're only involved because dad needs help. It's incredibly frustrating because I've made every effort to build a good relationship with the kids and respect their boundaries. I finally decided that for my own sanity, I'm done trying to engage with her. I still talk to my husband's ex-wife when necessary, but I won't involve myself with her wife anymore. Of course, this hasn't gone unnoticed. Now, the ex-wife and her wife are accusing me of being, quote, inappropriate and difficult because I won't speak to her or coordinate directly with her. They insist that her involvement is necessary and that I'm not prioritizing what's best for the kids. But here's the thing, I'm not refusing to co-parent, I'm refusing to subject myself to someone who is consistently disrespectful to me and undermines my role in the kids' lives. My husband agrees with me, but I'm still questioning whether I'm doing the right thing for the kids by drawing this line. Additionally, I am pregnant and this is causing me great stress. The ex-wife is already creating conflict with my husband every chance she gets. She interferes with our custodial time every week and constantly berates him in the parenting app that they use to communicate. Am I the asshole for refusing to talk to his ex-wife's wife? Whoa, okay, this is a lot. Okay, so I've never been a co-parent, but I have seen my parents co-parent, and they've both had partners as they've co-parented. Their partners have never really, argued with each other, because there is no point. Now, maybe my parents and their partners are more civil with each other than these two, but clearly, throwing passive-aggressive comments is not cool. Trying to undermine that relationship that she's building with his kids is not cool. Oh my gosh. First of all, going through divorce when you're a child is already a little bit whoa. But then hearing your parents fight is also not fucking good. Oh my god, it sucks to see your parents fight. Because you've already seen them fight enough, and then you see your new parents, I guess, fighting. And it's not cool, because, first of all, y'all are adults. Figure your shit out. Come on. Let's be civil about this, and I think you're trying to be civil about it, and you are being civil about it. But your husband's ex-wife's wife, whoa, that's a tongue twister and a half, is being a total bitch, okay? I am on your side here. She is being a total see you next Tuesday. Especially since she's saying these things to the kids. Oh my god, hell no. That's actually, that's fucked up. And I don't know why she's trying to undermine that relationship that you're building with those kids. Maybe she's a little jelly or something, but she needs help. And when they accuse you of not prioritizing what's best for the kids, that's actually total horseshit. You know what's not good for kids is shit-talking their other parent and then having that kid be the messenger pigeon for that shit talk to that parent. That is not good for the kids. That shouldn't be happening. And setting boundaries, oh my god, Kate. Boundaries have only seemed like a thing in society for the last 20 years. I think this boundary is totally okay to have. If you're getting disrespected by another adult, whether or not that's your kind of co-parent, she shouldn't even have full say in but whatever. It's so hard to, especially because she's a mom, she's really trying to figure out if this boundary is necessary or should she put herself through more hell. And I think this woman is not the asshole. That your husband's ex-wife's wife is a bitch, okay? This is what this is. And the other one constantly berating him in communication over text is also so immature. Guys, let's grow up a little, okay? This is not cool. It's not cool to fight with your co-parents. Get over it. Get to the point. You're not the priority. The kids are. Yeah, I do not think you're the asshole because you are just looking out for yourself, which is okay, even if you have kids, by the way. And I think you're just kind of protecting your own peace in that way and trying to focus on being a good co-parent, but not necessarily having that communication with your husband's ex-wife's wife. So I don't think you are the asshole. This has been such a fun episode. I'm totally doing more of these. These are hilarious, and I love how casual it is. Thank you so much for listening to another episode of Project Honesty. If you like this, please let us know on social media, and you can find Project Honesty on Spotify at Project Honesty or on YouTube at Project_Honesty. And you can let us know down in the comments below. And to keep up to date with new episodes, you can head over to Project Honesty's Instagram, which is at Project_Honesty24. Our TikTok is Project.Honesty. And we also have a website. The link for that website is in our Instagram bio. To help spread this podcast everywhere, tell a friend or share with family about Project Honesty, and you can direct them over to the Instagram, TikTok, Spotify, YouTube, or website to help them learn more. Subscribe, follow, and click the bell icon for updates when I post. And remember, the more listeners, the bigger the family.